Happy Wednesday, everybody. Here we go, 721 live view looking across KC. What a pretty evening it is. Look at that nice looking sky here. A whole lot better than what we had this morning, where some of you had some nasty storms come through. We did have that severe line, and we actually had hail, high winds. I'll show you all the storm reports coming up of what we had in our area. And we did have some tornadoes too. So there were actually 3 tornadoes in our nearby vicinity. No tornadoes in the metro, of course, in the Kansas City metro, but they were to our south and to our southeast. And some strong ones too. One of them was rather strong. Possibly 2 of them were rather strong. So we'll look at that. I want to show you what's going on to our east. Eastern Missouri, extreme eastern Missouri, Arkansas, Illinois, portions of Kentucky, Tennessee. Big, bad tornado outbreak underway there. The line of storms that we had this morning is well to our east. We have no severe threat. I don't have any severe weather in my forecast, but to our east, that line really got going. And it's a top shelf, 5 out of 5 severe risk today. And they've had some large, confirmed, powerful tornadoes go through some populated areas. So I'll show you that look just in case you have friends or family, anybody that you know over there. I'll give you what we see on radar right now and the current warnings and take a quick peek at that. Also, we do have, looking ahead through the rest of our week and into our weekend, rain, not storms, but some rain in there, and that may impact what you got going on. Maybe you're trying to make some plans and you want to know when it could be wet, and that could mess with it. So I'll show you the latest timing. All right, so let's hop to it. So this is what we have first. Is we had a tornado damage survey that was done in Bates County, had a confirmed tornado in Bates County from this morning. It was between 7 and 7:10. So this is Butler, so just east of Butler, where we had an EF0, so a low wind tornado, but winds to 85 miles per hour. It was on the ground for about 5 miles or so. So that was one of the 3. That's whenever the National Weather Service sends out experts to confirm, yeah, this is tornado damage, and here's how strong we estimate that it was. Now, meanwhile, there were 2 stronger ones. So there's the one. This is a look at the tornado, all the storm reports. This one right here is the one I just showed you. So that was in Bates County. This one over here, just southwest of Boonville. So this is Cooper County, the Pilot Grove tornado. This one has been rated EF2. So give you an idea of where that relates to Kansas City, right along I-70. The light shaded counties that you see, those are the KCTV5 coverage area. It's outside officially of our coverage area, but that was an EF2 tornado that caused quite a lot of damage in Pilot Grove, flipped some cars over, and then we had a couple more of them down here in the general Nevada area. So this is Vernon County. And we had this one that is still being investigated, how strong it was near Nevada. So they're going to send a damage survey crew out there. We haven't gotten that one in yet, and we'll see what they got, how strong that one. But it caused a lot of damage. They had a lot of damage in Nevada. So it might be EF1, possible EF2. We'll see. In the metro, it was hail and wind reports. Each of these that you see are reports. Just because your area doesn't have a report doesn't mean that you didn't get it. It just means they didn't report it. Nobody reported it, but we had lots of reports of down power lines. We had busted trees and snapped branches and that kind of stuff. So let's take a look at a couple of them. Here's one near Overland Park. See what this one says. Downed wires near 83rd Street from Leawood. That was from this morning. And we'll check out maybe on the north side what we got up here. Just click on one of these. And this is the city of Oaks, and they had down tree limbs and wires near 47th Terrace. And then let's go to the west one and see what we had out there. So Independence, you had some hail come through. That was before the main batch came by. That was last night. The main batch was this morning. And then Maywood, semi-truck blown over. So thunderstorm wind damage there. All right, so let's check out a couple other spots, because we had a cluster of storms up north, so Excelsior Springs. Get up here, we had some strong storms when they first fired up. Savannah, St. Joe, that kind of area, between 35 and 29. Over by Topeka, so they were out there. We had some strong stuff. Now let's show you the radar at the moment. Of course, nothing here. Just some cloud cover that's trying to come in out of the west. Now let's go big picture-wise, and I'll show you this. I mean, that's a bad line of storms. That's about as many tornado warnings as you could smash together in one nasty line that starts down here in southern Arkansas. So where you see these black boxes, southwest of Little Rock, so Spring Hill, Buckner, places like that, those black boxes around the red means that those are confirmed tornadoes. And then we've got tornado warnings all along this line. This is eastern Kansas. Lots and lots of rotation going on there. So basically that whole cluster is producing tornadoes, or the potential for it. And then around Cape Girardeau, look at this. All right, so there's Sykeston. So we're in extreme southeast Missouri. And then this is Cape Girardeau. And you'll notice that pink box. So that at one point was it's still a considerable tornado. So that means that not only is it confirmed that they've seen it, but this is a really powerful one, and it's moving toward places where it could cause a lot of damage. That is now just past Cape Girardeau. It looked like it went right near, possibly through Cape Girardeau. And that one's moving toward Goreville. So this is southern Illinois now, like Marion. There's Carbondale, if you're familiar with that area at all. And then this all continues with, look at all these tornado warnings. It's just incredible. All the way up into Indiana. So that's the story. That's that line of storms. If you know anybody that's in that zone, give them a call. Check in on them. Make sure that they're okay. But for us, all of that well to our east. We're not worried about anything coming our way. Here's the setup. So the storm fuel, what I'm showing you here in the red, that is all off to, so that's what brought us our storms this morning, but now we don't have any red. That's extreme fuel for storms. They got tons of it, and there's that nasty line as it works its way south and east tonight. It's going to cause more severe weather tomorrow, it looks like. And then the other thing is, there's a frontal system here that's going to kind of stall out. And I'll get to your forecast locally here in just a moment. They can see 2 feet of rain in some of these spots. That's like generational historic flooding. This is over the next 5 days. For us, we have several systems that are going to kick through. So we're going to get kind of in a soggy, gloomy pattern. So up to about an inch on the north side of our coverage area. But some of it's like southeast Missouri, they could get a half a foot of rain there. Within our zone, those that can watch KCTV5 could see some spots get up to about 2 inches of rain over the next 5 days or so. Okay, so that's big picture stuff. Let's start more here with our zone. A couple things to note into the weekend. The main headlines of this: one, it's turning cooler. Got lots of highs in the 50s. And then the other thing is the rain. We are in and out of it. I don't see necessarily any day that is a full-on washout, but we're going to have some pretty wet times where it's steady rain. So first warn, that just means, hey, highlight this. Weather's going to be a player in whatever you've got going on outside. Could impact your plans, but it does not mean severe. We don't have severe weather in the forecast. Nothing that's like dangerous. So potential rainfall heavier to the south over the next few days. Some of us could get 1 inch of rain southeast of KC. To the north, you're not going to get as much, 1/10 to maybe a 1/2 inch. Kansas City, 1/4 to a 1/2 inch looks good over the next couple of days. So let's go day by day. Here's Thursday. You can see not everybody gets rain on Thursday. It's really scattered. It's really spotty. 30% chance that you get it in your backyard. Let me show you what this looks like on forecast radar. The morning, probably dry in Kansas City, but some spotty showers southeast, Warrensburg, Clinton, places like that. Much of the day's dry in the metro. It's gloomy, it's cloudy, and then here comes the afternoon. From about 3 to 7-ish, we're going to have some rain around, maybe even 8, something like that, 3 to 8, afternoon and into the evening. So just looking at some rain there that comes through. Now let's go into Friday. Friday, your rain chances double, all right? So we're at 60% odds. Notice most of us are looking to see rain at some point on Friday. And the morning is your wettest time on Friday. There's 10 o'clock in the morning. That looks like some pretty steady, widespread showers as we start the day. And then it gradually starts to break up. So Friday afternoon, depending on where you are, you may start to dry back out. Southeast portions of our coverage area, so Clinton, Warrensburg, Sedalia, places like that, might be slower for you to turn dry. But by evening, everybody should be dry. So we've got a Royals game Friday, I think 6:10 the first pitch on Friday. It's Bark at the Park. And I think we're going to be okay for that. Now, let's go one more day. Saturday depends on where you are. Not everybody sees rain on Saturday, so chances are a little bit lower. They're at 40%. This is generally along and south of I-70. If you're north of I-70, your odds are much lower for rain on Saturday. And again, it's the morning. Saturday morning looks to be the wettest. And the afternoon, evening should be clearing out. Looks a whole lot better. So Good news for that. Saturday evening plans will be okay. Now temperatures, normal is 62. We won't hit that for a while. 59 on Thursday, 55 on Friday. Saturday, 51. I mean, we're back into hooded sweatshirt kind of weather. Pretty shot out there today. It's got a mixture of clouds and some sunshine. Made it to 70 in KC earlier today, but a front has come through. We're cooling back, so low 60s right now in the metro. Still 70 in Sedalia, but that front's going to knock all of us back down as we go into the evening. So for our next 12 hours, 50s will do it for much of the rest of the evening. Eventually, by tomorrow morning, you're in the 40s. There's a low shot for some like sprinkles, real light showers, just 20% chance for the morning. But generally, our morning is looking to be on the drier side, just cloudy and cool. 45 at 7. You'll be at 50 by 10, 51 by 11. 59 is as far as we go with some spotty rain for the afternoon and light east breezes. Not a windy day tomorrow. So there's a 7-day. And temperatures again going down. Got rain Friday morning, rain Saturday morning. Then Sunday comes in. Sunday, Royals game looks pretty good. That's a 110 game. I'll show it to you. See if I can get it to pop out. There we go. 110 first pitch. Going to be in the upper 40s, so we'll be wearing our jackets. And at the end of the game, low 50s, sunny and cool. I've got to change that icon. The icon's got rain, but I don't think we're going to have rain for the game. Something else with Saturday. Let me go back to Saturday for a moment. It's windy too. We're going to have a north wind that's cooking along pretty good, 35, 40 mile per hour wind gusts. Man, we've had the winds here lately. So we'll have that again on Saturday. Not a great looking day Saturday, but if that rain moves out early enough, we might be okay. Cool 50s Monday and Tuesday as we start next week. Look at Tuesday morning. We're down to 30. We might have a freeze next week. Thought we were done with that. So Tuesday morning, chilly. And then we're warming back up. Finally, 60s back on the board by the end of the forecast for next Wednesday with a low chance for rain. So there you go. That's the latest that we have for you there. So the main things, cool down, timing out the rain, new updates coming up tonight at 10 o'clock, and we'll see if there's any tweak. We kind of hope Saturday maybe. I don't know, maybe you're hoping for the rain because you fertilized your lawn or whatever. You want to get a good dose of showers. Well, Saturday's got a shot that could drop a little bit farther south, so we'll see. That's something I'm watching for. Let's see, any damage? I'm looking at some of the comments here on Facebook before I break free. Yeah, this is an... So one question is, was there any damage from the tornadoes that are to our east? I assume that's what they're talking about. I'm sure there will be, yes. We can track that on radar. There's something called a debris ball. Whenever tornadoes hit stuff, it lofts that stuff up into the air, and our radar sees that. We saw that. So, yes, there's going to be damage. Where are the twisters? You can scrub back to the beginning of the video where I was tracking some of those, but I'll show you real quick where they are right now again, just in case you're still with us and wanting to see that. But generally, extreme eastern Missouri, southern Illinois, Arkansas. Arkansas is getting hit hard. So I'll start down here at the bottom of the line, down in Arkansas. Confirmed tornado just north of Shreveport, Louisiana, so southwest Arkansas. 2 confirmed tornado warnings there. And then we've got this big cluster of tornado warnings. These are not confirmed tornadoes, but radar showing spin all the way from Forest City, and so try to get your bearings here. This is northeast Arkansas. There's western Tennessee, so you can see where Memphis is. So those are spinning. And then this bad one that we've had that is now east of Cape Girardeau. So there's Sykeston, this one that went through Cape Girardeau, now into southern Illinois, Goreville, Vienna. Let's see where else. This is so southeast of Carbondale. Pinckneyville's a place down there. I actually used to work down here years ago. And let's see, there's some more tornado warnings going through more central Illinois and then western Kentucky, northwest Kentucky, and then up into Indiana. So big, long stretch of nasty storms there. So let's see if there's anything else here. Okay, so updates for you coming up at 10 o'clock. Thank you for joining us. We always appreciate that. Hope that this helps as you try to dial in your plans as you get ready for the weekend. In the meantime, have a great night. We'll see you at 10. Take care.